She was supposed to be a joke, you know what I mean? Two poor twin girls thrown up on stage, just to give the rich kids something to laugh about, except when they opened their mouths, the whole room just stopped breathing, and that's when my quiet life got turned upside down forever. You ever witness something so raw, so out of place, you could swear the world hit pause just for you? Yeah, that happened to me, and I'm about to tell you how it all unraveled: music, healing, second chances, and a little bit of magic too. The Nebraska snow that year came early, laid down in heavy blankets by mid-November, the kind that makes the roads crack and the trees stand around like they're waiting for mercy. I was driving home from the lumberyard, hands tight on the wheel of my old Ford heater, coughing out warm air, but never quite enough, kind of like everything else in my life back then. Same route I'd taken 1,000 times, through the edge of Pine Hollow, past the empty rail yard, always alone. Except that day, there was a stillness, a weight in the air, and then this flash of frantic movement, just a tiny hand slapping the side of an old shipping container, like it was knocking for its life. I slammed on the brakes, so hard the tires skidded, gravel spraying into the hush. Next thing I know, I'm out in the cold, wind biting right through me, sprinting toward the rusted metal box. And inside, God, I'll never forget this two girls, twins, maybe 9, huddled under a filthy blanket. One of them looked up at me, not scared, just resigned. The other clutched a paper snowflake, torn and damp, like it was the last thing she owned. "Please," the first one whispered, "don't tell them we hid here." I didn't ask questions. I just wrapped my coat around them and said, "Let's get you warm." When they asked if I was going to call somebody, I told them the truth maybe, but first I was going to save their lives. Back at my place, the stove roaring, cocoa warming their hands, they told me their names: Junie, bold as brass, and Lyra, quieter, both holding on to each other like shipwreck survivors. Their mom had run off, left them with an aunt who promised them the woods if they cried again. And something about their story just cut right through the numbness I'd been living with, reminded me of my own daughter, Maisie, silent for 2 years now, ghosting around the house after a middle school talent show chewed her up and spat her out. Selective mutism, the doctors called it, but I just knew she'd lost something on that stage, something I couldn't give back. I hoped maybe foolishly that letting these girls stay the night might flicker a little light in Maisie's darkroom. That night, while the twins hummed lullabies into their cocoa, Maisie showed herself, standing barefoot in her flannel, eyes locked on the newcomers. Didn't say a word, but she didn't run either, just leaned on the doorframe, looking like she was listening to a song from another lifetime. That was a first. After they drifted to sleep on the couch, I sat in the kitchen, staring at an old recording box on the shelf, the kind my wife and I used before she passed. I hadn't played her voice in 2 years, just like I hadn't played the piano, just like I hadn't let myself believe music could fix anything anymore. But those girls' voices, their broken little melodies, reminded me of something simpler, something I'd forgotten. So I opened that box for the first time in years and let the old music breathe again. The next morning was quiet, just pale sunlight, creaking floorboards, and 3 girls' slow, sleepy breaths filling the living room. I watched them while the fire crackled, and Maisie, quiet as always, joined us at the kitchen table, fingers curled around a cocoa mug. When I asked if she was okay with the girls staying, she didn't answer, but her hand squeezed the mug, and that was answer enough. Later, the twins set the table, giggling about the lopsided toaster, and Maisie, after some coaxing, took her place beside them. No words needed. Just laughter, just belonging. Outside, snow kept falling, school was canceled, and for once, the house wasn't silent. We played board games, argued about rules, and Maisie, when Junie spilled Monopoly money everywhere, helped her rebuild the pile with a shy smile. That night, as the twins hummed their made-up songs, Maisie stood a little closer, shoulders relaxing, head tilting toward the light until, out of nowhere, she sang one soft note. I froze in the kitchen. Junie's eyes went wide. "You're singing," she said. Maisie bolted, hiding in the garage, curled up in the back of the old wagon. I stood outside, hand on the cold handle, and told her I heard you. "It was beautiful." She whispered back, "I forgot I could." Sometimes the bravest thing is just letting yourself be heard, you know? That night, I pulled down the old guitar from the attic and played it in 10 years, but my hands still remembered. Maisie didn't say much, but she watched as I tuned it. I said, "Not for an audience, just for us." She nodded. As the fire burned down, I played an old lullaby, and Maisie hummed a harmony. The twins crept in, curling around the melody, and for the first time in ages, the silence in our house wasn't empty, it was golden, like something sacred, something finally coming home. From then on, every night, the girls sang. Sometimes it was hymns, sometimes nonsense songs. Maisie still didn't talk much, but her voice and music was like spring breaking through frost. I kept recording them, not for fame, just for proof the light was real. One Thursday, Junie asked if they could sing at the school talent show. I hesitated. Those stages can be cruel. People laugh at what they don't understand. I told them. But Junie, stubborn as ever, said, "Then let's give them something they have to understand." We practiced, rehearsed, fixed a broken piano hammer, switched to guitar when it snapped again. The girls adapted no sheet music, just instinct. Maisie grew braver, even volunteering to start the song. The night of the show, backstage, nerves ran high. Teachers doubted, classmates mocked, but when the three girls stepped out, no one saw it coming. Maisie sang the first note, trembling but true, and the harmonies built until the whole auditorium fell silent, then rose to their feet, tears and awe in equal measure. Afterward, a boy who'd once laughed at Maisie offered her a peppermint, mumbling an apology. The wind outside felt softer, almost forgiving. Back home, Maisie listened to their performance on repeat, then asked, "Can we record tomorrow? Our album?" 3 days later, their photo appeared in the local paper, just a small article, but it meant the world. The district showcase invitation came next, but with it, the old barriers, an official letter saying non-enrolled students couldn't perform. The girls were heartbroken, but we decided to record our song anyway and send it in, rules or not. Maisie wrote a new song, a song for the silent. And when the piano broke again, I fixed it by lantern light because that instrument was her armor. In the end, the song wasn't just for judges. It was for every kid who thought their voice didn't matter. Our submission got rejected, and word got around. Some people said we were just looking for pity, but I knew better. The music kept us going. Ellis, the music teacher, found an old song my wife had written and brought it to us. We finished it together, Maisie, the twins, me, even Ellis, late night harmonies by the fire, laughter and mistakes and all. We uploaded everything under the silent three, for the ones who were told they were too quiet to matter. Messages poured in from all over, people we'd never met, sharing stories of silence and healing. Then a last-minute chance to play at the Youth Arts Gala in Lincoln opened up, no announcement, just a slot. No one expected us, but that made it sweeter. On stage, Maisie sang the line, "We are not the echoes of someone else's sound. We are the music no one saw coming." The applause was quiet thunder, the kind that rattles your bones. Afterward, in the green room, the girls flopped on the floor, giggling, eating granola bars. Maisie handed me a letter, said it was for later. Summer rolled in, and life settled into something new. Maisie volunteered at music camp, the twins started a YouTube channel, I built a home studio. When I finally read her letter, she wrote, "My voice exists because of yours. That's the voice I'll keep." That evening, no cameras, no crowd, just us. We sang our lullaby together, Maisie's mother's song, finished at last. The line that stuck with me, "Even in the quiet, I'll be singing for you." No grand finale, just a family that found its way back to sound, a girl who chose to use her voice not just to be heard, but to heal. And sometimes the voices we almost never hear, those are the ones that stay with us longest. Yeah. So tell me, where are you listening from? Was there a moment when a quiet voice changed something for you? Drop your story below, because your words, they matter more than you think. And if you want to hear more stories like this, stories about quiet miracles, second chances, love that heals, subscribe. We'll be right here, waiting to share the next one with you. Thank you for spending your precious time with us today.